It's an exciting day, everybody, a very exciting day, because today we are going to start constructing the Lego City tables. So this huge stack of melamine arrived. Oh yeah, and that's the tabletops. There's no 2x4s for the actual table frames, but that doesn't mean we can't start cutting the tabletops. First thing I need to do is build a giant measuring stick out of Lego. Do you see it? It's on the ground there. It's that giant green Mills plate. So I could measure and then cut, but why not measure with Lego? So this right here is a section of 6 Mills plates put together. So 6 base plates. And then on the end here, we have a single base plate and also a half base plate. And these can be connected using the Technic bricks. So I can change this into either 7 base plates or 6.5 base plates, because that's the main measurements that we have to cut when it comes to constructing these tables. Hey, look, it's me in my dinosaur shirt. I love that. So this is the program that we use to design the tabletops. It's called SketchUp. These things right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 7 base plates wide this way. This right here is 6.5 base plates. This in the middle, 7 base plates. This, 6.5 base plates. Those sheets down there are 97 inches. They need to be cut down to 7 base plates or 6.5 base plates. That's why I decided to create that jig there. So this right here uses 33 sheets of melamine. Like, holy crap, that is a lot of melamine. This 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, and then 9 additional, the inserts that will actually connect the tables. Pretty wild. So what's the problem with massive sheets of wood? They're heavy. It takes 2 people to cut them because I need 2 people to move them. I can cut it no problem on my own, but lifting it, putting it outside, putting it on the sawhorses, cutting it, moving it back in here, that's a 2-person job. Luckily for me, I had a helper today for about, how long did we get to doing it? I think it was 3 hours we cut for, maybe 2.5. So not that long, but we managed to get 25 cuts done. So we took 25 of these sheets that are 97 inches long, and cut them down to the 7 base plates, which is just over 70 inches. At least I think we did. I hope we did. So what we did was take the 7 base plate Mills plate, and we laid it so it's square, marked it on this side, and then did the same on the other side. After that, we attached the track just using these clamps right here, and the track saw just sits in there and glides beautifully. You get like a perfect cut every time. Dead straight, way better than a skill saw. This is my first time ever using a track saw. Oh my gosh, this thing was awesome. Thank you so much, Stings Bricks, for lending it to me. My gosh, this thing is amazing. So I actually cut each line twice. So what I learned is that if you go through and you cut it the first time, just a little bit, like a 1/16 of an inch, you actually create a score line, and that prevents tear out. Because melamine is terrible for tearing out or chipping out, and you get these cuts that just don't look good at all. Like this tear out happens all along your cut line. So there's 2 ways to prevent that. The first way is to do what I did, is score it a 1/16 of an inch and then go through and cut it. Another way is you can actually take green tape and do the green painter's tape, then do your marking, and then cut through the green tape, and it sort of keeps it or protects it from tearing out as well. I decided to do it the scoring way, but both ways work, and wow, it actually worked out beautifully. Now, another thing that I did was actually attach this vacuum system to the back of the track saw. So the sawdust is coming off the blade there, and it goes into this bucket, and the suction is actually provided by the shop vac. So that was pretty sweet because it prevented a mess. Of course, I didn't do this in here. I did it out back, and I did it on these sawhorses here. I didn't want to do it in here, even if there is a shop vac hooked up to it. There's still a lot of sawdust, and I just don't feel like covering this place with sawdust. And of course, we did it elevated up off the ground. So it really worked out well. There was 2 of us, and we managed to cut 25 sheets. Look at that. So this is the large sections, which are 7 base plates. These are going to go on top of the table frames. And then we've got all the leftover. Oof, that's a lot of leftover. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of waste. But I'm going to be able to use these for the raised sections in the city. And I'll probably, yeah, there's a lot of waste there. I don't know if I'll be able to use it all for the raised sections. But I wanted this to be somewhat modular. I know that I could have been building this in a different way with a different format to use the material more efficiently, but I'm really sold on making it modular. And you'll sort of see that idea or that concept come to life when I actually get around to assembling the table frames and putting these tabletops on top of the table frames. I just kicked my roller coaster. That was not good. I got to watch out. No walking backward in this place. That's not a good idea. So yeah, we had the vacuum system, we had the track saw. The measurement system, I think, worked really well, and we were able to cut 25 sheets. We've got to cut all 33, and then some of these actually have to be cut lengthwise now as well, so there's still a lot more cutting that has to happen. Unfortunately, I cannot continue because I cannot lift those outside. I just can't. I'm going to hurt myself, so unfortunately, I got to wait for another person to come help me. Who that's going to be, I don't know. When that's going to happen, I don't know. I know Jose can't help me. That's going to be way too heavy for her and not her style of work. But I'm sure I can ask Kevin or Stings, or next Wednesday when Simon's here again, we can continue. That's who was helping me out today. I really want to lay them all out just to visualize what it's going to look like, but I could maybe work on my measurement because I remember these ones here, so there's going to be 6 of them side by side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they can't all be this width. One of them has to be cut down. So I could lay out a line of them and figure out how many base plates across it is, and then determine how big that cut needs to be. Could do that. So maybe it's worth laying out a line of them. Okay, I'll try it. Not only did I set up the first row, but I also moved the big sheets that were sort of like floating in the bay area here. They're not too heavy when they're on top of each other because they're so slippery. You can just slide them. So if I need to move one from point A to point B, I can just lay out a trail of smaller ones and slide the bigger one. Hey, maybe I should just start cutting them on my own. No, I don't think I want to risk that. That might be a bit dangerous. But oh my gosh, there's the first section. So you can see the walking distance here, like the amount of distance away from the wall. It's 40 inches. So not too bad. We got 40 inches of clearance there. And then there'll be 40 inches of clearance on the other side as well, so just under 4 feet, which I think is pretty good. Most hallways are like 36 inches, so we got 4 additional inches there of walking space. Now, this length here is 27 base plates by 7 base plates. So this table span is 189 base plates. 189 base plates just for one table. And we have 4 of them, plus all the connectors. It's going to be big. It's a go big or go home situation. That's what I've been planning from day one. Go big or go home. I got a lot of Lego. I plan on building a lot more. I think Lego's going to release a lot more sets. I want to do some huge custom landscaping. And I need the tables to accommodate huge custom landscapes. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the plans that have been percolating in my mind here over the last year about, you know, the bigger city with even more. That's wild. So the reason I want to lay out all the base plates on the surface like this is just so I get the perfect cut line. Just like I did over here. You can see it goes end to end. I guess it's just not square this way. Just got to pull that over a bit. But yeah, it goes end to end. It's like exactly 7 base plates. The base plate math, like the dimensions of them when they're mills plated, is just weird. Well, not even when they're mills plated, just in general, it is just so strange. So I've just got to make sure that all my base plates are interlocked. That's not supposed to be like that. And make sure this is straight all the way along. And then what I'm going to do is grab my pen or pencil, come over to the end where I have the weird piece, draw a line there, and then attach the track saw, cut that piece, and then I have my exact measurement for 27 base plates by 7 base plates. And then I'm going to build the table frames for underneath. It's 3 different sections, and then we can put those on top of the table frames. So I just want to make sure I get this math all like perfect. I might not even make these cuts, to be honest, until we get the table frames, because it's not sitting very level on the floor. You can see it's uneven. So when I get the table frames installed, I can just put little shims underneath the legs and grab my massive level and make sure that the whole thing is level. Then I can lay these sheets on top, make sure those are level, and then lay the base plates on top of that to ensure that I get the exact dimension before I commit to cutting that sheet. Because cutting that sheet is not a big priority right now. It's just a small cut. Oh, and there is going to be a lot of scraps. I mentioned that. Like, there's a lot of scrap, and I've got a lot of scrap melamine in my garage and everywhere. But I can use this like on top of the parts bins over there. I was thinking of buying some shelves, but what I could do is just rip it down to the exact dimension of that, and then iron on the stuff to clean up the edge. That's what we're going to do around the edge here too. All the way around is just iron on that stuff. So I could use this pretty much anywhere, but I've got a lot of scrap. There's no question there's going to be a lot of scrap, but you'll see what I mean about how I want to make it sort of modular style when I actually start constructing it. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to continue constructing tables until Wednesday. And when I'm filming this video, it's Friday. So yeah, sort of a bummer there, but it is what it is. It is Oilers game night, game number 2. The game starts in an hour, 6:47. Look at my beautiful kids. Aren't they cute? 6:47, I got here at 7 this morning, so I should probably go home. Probably the right thing to do at this point. I don't think I can cut any more wood. I don't want to build any more Lego until my Lego's off the ground. And yeah, that's really about it. I guess I got to prepare for my Whatnot auction tomorrow too, so Saturday, and then go from there. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some epic Lego City table construction, because that is happening in the near future. Farewell.